Good morning and welcome to the Moopsyverse. I'm here, Chris is here, we are here. Da, 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 da. I've got coffee, yay! I've got a headache, yay! They
Oh
finished
no.
they finished painting the house yesterday at about 5 o'clock. But they're
Oh,
not
that's
done
good.
yet.
Oh, shoot.
Because they have to put in the gutter covers.
Flipper, if you want to get on the bed, just get on the bed and stop begging. Because this is starting to be tedious. You always jumped on the bed when you want to, and suddenly you have to ask for permission. What
Um,
the hell?
are his joints aching or something?
I mean, he will not allow me to help him anyway, so I don't know why he's like waiting. I have to tap the bed, and then he climbs onto it.
Oh my
There you go.
gosh. You're a good fluffer. Satalia is not here today. She's just informed us I'm not here.
And he's on the bed.
I thought he was talking to him.
You do realize, Fluffer, that you're goofy.
So apparently it's Italia.
You do realize that you're goofy.
Man,
You're such a
sorry.
goofy little goober. I love the word goober.
So goobers, aside from its reference to people, is a term people in the South used to use for peanuts.
Oh,
Yeah. So originally it was
for
a
crying
peanut.
out loud! Sorry, my head just cut out again. I'm pissed off right now.
That's
Bear
weird.
with me.
Do you want to reset and come back in?
I think reset of the computer is gonna make a difference, but I'll try to unplug things and plug them back in.
Okay, we'll just kind of sit here and be nonsensical, and we'll describe goobers, which are just peanuts. And I don't know how that term came around. It just did. Good morning, Sappy. Satali says, I have all ground today. Well, I've got Borg ships, I've got Voth ships, and I've got Vodwar on the ground. Yawn for Vodwar.
I'm back.
Let's see what happens. How's it going up there in Saviland, Sav? Chris is on vacation, so we can say good morning to him for the next 10 days. 9 days. Yeah, it's been rainy on and off here. Tuesday was rain, which was kind of nice. Or maybe it was Monday. And then the last 2 days have been just thinking about it, maybe the occasional drizzle here and there. But the painters didn't care. They came out, they finished the painting, they took away all of their stuff. So now I get the process of cleaning and putting everything away and getting the people out here to take the junk out. But I think I'm going to wait to see if maybe the people who are repairing my deck will take it all. Yay. Defeat Borg on the ground, so Badgie is itching to stab some Borg. Yeah. Stabby Badgie is fun. Let's see.
It's a shame that you can't summon him anytime you want during combat. You have to have a targeted.
No, you can summon him anytime in combat. And then he's just going to go attack anybody who's around.
Well, as far as I noticed, I can't press the button enemy targeted.
That's weird because as soon as I get to a map where I can trigger him as a combat pet, he will appear.
Well, I have him slotted. It's just like
Are you in a... Oh, where are you?
I was on Nimbus when I tried to run him, and I had to have an enemy attacking me, and I had to have them
Oh,
highlighted for the button to become pressable.
that's weird because he comes up as soon as I land there. He doesn't do much damage against Tholians, but it's still fun to watch him play, yes. Sav got some new earphones. Headphones, earphones, buds, what'd you get?
I personally can't have earphones anymore. I did get a kind of like a blend.
Mm-hmm.
They are kind of like earphones, but they don't plug into your ear duct.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of like it's kind of shaped like a half a ring,
Yeah, I've seen
and
those.
you put them around
Uh-huh.
the outer edge of your ear, and
Yes.
you lower it down so it directs the audio output location, whatever you call it,
Sav says
the
they slide
speaker.
on behind the ear and hover over the ear. Is that a good description of yours too?
Well, they don't hover, but you don't exactly insert anything into your ear duct. It's just I think this little speaker that is releasing music
Mm-hmm.
is just placed at the edge of your ear channel, and that's where
Yeah.
the headphone ends.
Yeah. No, I've seen
And
those.
you still get the music. It doesn't block out sound from outside, so at least it's good when you're on the street because
Sav
you will
says,
hear the
yeah,
car
like
coming.
that. So yeah, I think you guys are describing the same thing. I have.
Probably it doesn't feel like it hovers. It really holds on to the ear, but it's interesting because it doesn't fall off.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, the over the ear thing would support it. But if I may relate a story about earbuds, the ones that you stick inside your ears. I'm at the gym yesterday doing stuff. The guy across from me is lifting some ungodly amount of weights. And he grunts and he gets it up and he gets it into the press and all that stuff. And as he's exerting himself, his earbuds fly out. It was just the most
Okay.
amazing thing to just watch these two white things go. Can I invite to the Spire? That is a good question. Which tune am I on?
Okay, I hit my computer. Apparently, it will still not work, and my headset will disconnect regularly without any logical reason.
Satalia says, I like bone conduction earphones.
I heard about those,
I
but
have
they're
not
hard to
tried
come by
those.
here.
I keep buying cheap earbuds because I lose them a lot.
Well, these you can't really lose. There is no rubber element that can fall off.
Well,
I like them.
most recent time I lost them was when I was walking the dogs in February. Stepped on a piece of ice, feet flew out from underneath me. I hit my head on going down, and my earbuds came out. And I didn't realize they had come out until I got home.
Oh,
And I'm like, I could go back and look for
that
them,
always
or I could just buy a new pair.
yeah. I used to have good earbuds, but when I lost my hearing, I just like I couldn't use them because of the tinnitus. It just prevented me from listening to music up close. I could listen to it from like a speaker system or like a TV set, but well, if I put something in my ears,
Mm-hmm.
any source of music will cause the ringing to get
Yep.
intensified.
Yep.
And it'll get even worse for a long time. So I was like, oh no, we're not doing that.
Satalia says, sorry, Sav says, I hate earbuds because they make my ears ache. Same with over-the-ear headphones. I get that, Sav, with the over-the-ear headphones,
It
but
depends which over-the-ear
yeah.
headphones. I mean, I have headphones right now on my head, which are over the ear, but they envelop the ear, which don't press on it,
Mm-hmm. That's
and
what these are.
my ear is just like,
These are Biodynamics, which have a really big foam pad that goes around the ear but doesn't press on the ear. So Talia says those earbuds with the thing hanging down look weird. No, it looks very Trekky. I mean, I can see Uhura having one of those. So I just get into my inner nerdiness with that one. Can I go directly to the Spire? Yes, I can. My old Sonys would
that's
squeeze my head too
nice.
tight. Yeah, that is a real issue. When I get brand new headphones, the first like month, especially since I wear glasses, the headphones will press on the sides of the glasses, and I get the most ridiculous headaches out of it. You linked me in the stream chat channel. Okay, that was what that sound was. Stream chat channel. There it is. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, those are the ones I was thinking about, something like that.
Oh, I love how small some people are. I've just been contacted by someone in my fleet.
Oh,
Um, And like I'm the rear admiral. They offered me to become like one of the admirals, so like the leadership, but I was like, no, I will not be managing. I am not managing a fleet. I understand why they came up with it, but with my random and my weird relationship with STO, when I sometimes just log in and log out just to do stuff. And I had the guy ask me why a certain someone is an admiral, even though he does not work with the fleet, but has two tunes that are admirals. And I'm like, well, for once, he had his computer die out, and he wasn't able to play for like over a year and a half.
Oh, that sounds
And the
familiar.
fact that he hasn't been able to log in is because of he was not able to pay for a new one to play.
Hmm.
Which is understandable. And secondly, he's the founder of the fleet, so shut up. If he founded the fleet, he can be not contributing at all, but he was one of the people that created it in the first place. So, um, like, how dare you asking about that?
Yeah. Speaking of fleets and stuff, Sav, since you've uninstalled the game, do you want us to remove your tunes from the fleet? Do you want us to leave you there in case you come back? We're not going to do anything without talking to you about it, but think about it. You know, you could change your mind and come back one day. Okay, I will let Pi know. Before we can take any of your tunes out of there, though, we have to get all of Ed's tunes out, Duffy's tunes out, Von Marcus's tunes out. And each one takes about 2 weeks, so it's just like, we're going to be working on this for a while. It's an adventure. Chris, I'm going to send you a party invitation here. Talia, I'm going to send you a party invitation. It's Friday, right? This is Friday?
It is Friday.
So, Janora and Geralda. If you ever do come back to the game and you need everything reinstated, just let me know. Good morning, Cliff. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yay. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to be on next week because I want to work on stuff in the house. But I might be on next week because there's no way I'm going to do anything at 5 in the morning. I'll certainly be in game on and off. Just now that they've got the house painted, I want to start. And they're going to rebuild the deck next week. Yay! Or part of the deck. Did I tell you about the deck being slightly tilted so it funnels all the water back toward the house rather than away from the house?
Moopsy.
Oopsie!
I think you might have mentioned that. That sucks.
Yeah, it does. So,
Shouldn't do that.
Mom and
no.
Moochie in the morning.
No, it's not supposed to funnel the water to the house.
Not
Well,
really,
we have a
no.
break with the end of the event. Cliff, we've got a red alert going on. We have another event.
All of a
There's
sudden, I
always an
had
event,
this
apparently.
There's always an
community
event.
vibe.
Say that again.
Okay, so I went Mom and Moochie in the morning. Like, have you seen the series Community?
No, I have not.
Ah, well, there's two characters in that, Troy and Abed, and they do like this morning show, and they started off with Troy and Abed in the morning.
Aha! Now I understand. Musin, are you in game and would you like to come party?
I'm not in game yet.
Okay. I think we need to do some red alerts and other stuff.
I I spent last night being worried about the tadpole they put in my brain.
Okay. Yep, that would do it.
Yeah,
Hey, what?
I got Baldur's Gate 3.
Ah. So Talia,
Oh,
Mom and
Your
Ed.
character starts off getting implanted with an illicit tadpole.
Good morning, Crites. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, Cliff, I agree. Red alerts are so fast, and it's just like boop done. I spent more time doing the Vault or the Azure Nebula than it does to do the all 7 individual tunes, 8 individual
What
tunes on
I notice,
Red alerts.
especially with red alerts, is because there's no briefing and wait time,
Mm-hmm.
some people load in so incredibly fast. I'm like, how are they doing that faster than I can? Like, it's not the graphic card, it's not their hard drive. It's not even their CPU anymore because you can't get faster than fast,
Mm-hmm.
and STO doesn't require that much. It can practically run on a potato.
Um, it can also be the speed of their internet.
Well, my
My internet
internet's
speed is the highest internet speed possible.
mine's good. I get in usually pretty fast.
Uh, the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
it seems very arbitrary
Yeah.
on load times that it gives people.
Yeah.
And
It.
it doesn't seem to be at all based on hardware because I improved my hardware beyond my old computer. My load times have not improved. And I have really fast internet. Like other games, no problem with load times there. Let me switch ships.
Okay.
Or, I could come with this ship.
I was gonna say it's red alert. It's not gonna take any time.
Oh, I'll go with this ship. It's fine. Theodore Roosevelt is
I will take a.
ready for action.
I will take a look at that Sav when I get out of here.
Oh, good morning, Shaw.
Yes. So Talia, I used to do Mom in the morning, and it was just me, and I would actually do episodes. And then Ed joined me, and we would just do episodes. But that's when it went from Mom in the morning to Mom and Ed in the morning. And I didn't know there was a theme.
I, actually, that could be something. Mom and Moopsy in the
No,
morning.
I like Welcome to the Moopsyverse. It's nice and encompassing. Gets
Mm.
everything. Good morning, Taz.
I really love the pillow fort, blanket fort, like war episode they did. Oh, that was so good. So are the paintball episodes.
And we lost Taz. Oh God, I hope Taz Mike's has gone back to working. Oh God, wouldn't it be funny if his mic stopped working after all this?
don't even say that. He'll pull our hairs.
I I do feel though that them pulling the D
Good
and
morning,
D
Taz.
episode,
I
like
have no idea about any of this. What is it?
it's a series about a guy who was pretending to be a lawyer who got caught, who goes to his community college to pass the bar anyway by getting his diplomas, and a bunch of other people that are at that community college.
I'm
And they
clear.
form this little study group.
Ah,
But it is hilarious.
hang on a second.
It's comedy.
Stop.
It's
Stoppity stop.
comedy.
Good morning, Taz. Can you hear us? Okay,
I
we
don't
can't.
hear him.
Okay, I can't hear him either. I just wanted to make sure we weren't losing him because Taz can be soft spoken at times.
So yeah, Chevy Chase. That.
That could be interesting.
And with how wrong Chevy Chase behaves
Yeah.
in episodes of that show.
Is it
I
working
am
now?
alone.
Yes, it's working
Yes.
now, Taz.
Awesome.
Yay. We were worried that your mic was going to go out, and here we'd be on this vicious cycle of computer, monitor, mic. Computer, monitor, mic.
Well, today my phone died.
It's always something, Taz.
So,
I'm sorry, Taz. Are you technologically cursed?
yeah, looks like I am now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Uh.
I'm so sorry, Taz. I shouldn't be laughing, but
No.
it's pretty funny.
But how consistently wrong Chevy Chase behaved
Yeah.
in that show,
Oh, I
it
thought-
it blew my mind that streaming services started to pull the D&D episode. Like that was like the least offensive thing they could
I have
point
no
at.
idea about any of this, so
Ah,
it's like, shall I hit red alert?
sure.
Okay. Let's see. I have to do Borg ships, but Chris needs to do destructible torpedoes. So we'll do Thelians
Yeah.
first. Wee woo.
And that was
you
the
have
least
a full
offensive
team?
thing that the show did compared to what Chevy Chase like makes as jokes.
Say that again, Taz.
Do you have a full team?
No, we don't have a full team. It's too late. We're going to go in. But you know what? The good thing about Tholian Red Alert is, Taz? There's no cooldown, and by the time you're logged in and I can team you up, we can do it again.
I did it before I had to call customer support.
Of course you did.
What to do.
Yeah, really, we've had these new adventures going on for a whole 20 minutes. I'm sure everything's completely done. Oh, good. I'm also doing Borg ships while doing this. How fun. So remember I was groaning that I had insomnia 2 nights ago? So I logged off the show last night at 8 o'clock, locked up the house, let the dogs out one last time, went to bed and put my head down maybe 8:15. Next thing I know, it's 4 in the morning. It was so nice. I don't think I moved for 8 hours. It was good.
That is nice.
It is nice.
It was quick, and I've got all my torpedoes, destructible torps.
And the cool thing is, I got 3
Even
of
though
my
I
Borg
missed
ships.
nothing. I didn't see a single one on the sleep, but I'll take the word for it that the game that it actually destroyed
I
them.
wasn't killing the Borg ships, but somebody was,
Oh,
and I was
wow.
getting credit for them.
I got 2 endeavors.
Done?
Yeah. I didn't even look what they were.
Yay, red alert.
Shield healing and phaser damage. Yeah.
The
That
weapon
would've
type
been-
damage isn't shared, right? You have
No,
to still
weapons
do it
damage is
yourself.
Kills are shared.
Yeah, but I'm on a pulse phaser build, which specifically
is
uses
still a phaser,
the shield absorptive frequency generator as a healing console because it's really good.
Citalia, was that Freudian? Or intentional? Citalia says, I gotta do porn on Nimbus. Gorn. I'm thinking, intentional or accidental?
G and P aren't exactly close, so I can't say.
No,
it's a
you had
type.
to work on that one. Intentional. Okay. Yeah, the porn's a different channel.
I don't know.
Well-
The A and the O aren't really near each other on the keyboard, and I sometimes mess those up.
Well, there's a meme out there that is there is something like on TikTok, if there's something with a semi-gay vibe to it, someone will post a comment, is that Paygorn? You know? And I'm just laughing in Star Trek because that's just such a hilarious coincidence. Paygorn, and I'm like, what? Excuse me, someone say Star Trek?
I have Borg
Yeah.
ships. Would you guys like to do some Borgy stuff?
Why not?
Anybody got a...
What is it?
I know what Taz is going to say. So aside from Taz's response, do we have a preference?
Guillotine, Hive,
Actually,
Skidamar.
Actually, no. I hate to say this. We're going to do Borg Disconnected. Because I need some Voth ships, but I only need a few, and that'll get me that.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
But we're going to make up for that. Wee woo.
The world is changed.
Wee woo. But we're going to make
Mom,
up for
on her own
that.
account, on her own volition, wants to
Hit
go Borg
Borg
Disconnected.
Disconnected. Yes. Yes.
And that's before Taz even got the chance to
Yes.
say it.
Because it'll finish my Borg ships and my Voth ships. But we'll make it up to you, Chris, by doing a Storming the Spire, which you like.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's just like it's so unusual
It's so long.
for you to.
It's so
want it.
long.
I stole a ship name off of somebody.
What did you steal?
You'll see.
It's always scary.
Right?
Hey,
It is.
Yeah, Sav, we can redo that. Oh, God. Who was the singer from the 70s who did Having My Baby?
No idea.
Satalia says, I'll pass on Spire.
I love the Spire.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
you
weren't we doing Gravity Kills?
do.
Sorry,
Not
there's
on
no
my-
such TSO.
Not on my planet.
Not on my watch.
Until it's the Endeavor.
Yep, until it's the Endeavor, and then it's on a weekend almost always, and it's one of those... Satalia
pretty
says,
sure
I'll
Mom
do
will
Spire
try
when
to
Mom
fund
does
it.
Gravity Kills. Oh, the Cupid stunt. Yeah, you told us about the Cupid stunt the other day.
That's
that you
a
saw.
heavy-handed blackmail attempt, Italia.
Hold it, where is she? Oh, and the Gravity Kills. Paul Anka, thank you, South. That's what I was thinking of. Paul Anka did a song in the 70s that was just awful called Havin' My Baby.
What?
It
That sounds awful, but
It
by the
was.
name
It was
of
a
it.
terrible song. It's Italia, I'll go with you, wherever you're going. Trying to follow you, but you're just going around in circles. Probably so am I. That's the one we need to go to. No, I don't want to go out of here. Oh, good. Destroy Borg ships complete, even though I haven't fired a single shot.
Perfect.
I like it that way. So tell
God,
me we
it's
need to go
such
to
a
the north one.
unhinged take to
There you are.
just
Ah, yes, Paul Anka. So 1970s. I'm in high school, hanging out with not quite the wrong group of people, but people who wanted to be in the
Not
wrong
quite the
group.
wrong?
But, yeah,
What?
you know, the druggies, or the would-be druggies, but they weren't quite druggy enough to be the druggies. And of course, Saturday night we'd go out to wherever, the local pizza place, and they'd try and get beer, and of course the owner would be like, "Fat chance that's not happening." And going home super late, like 10:30 at night, because I'm young and innocent and naive, and 10:30 is super late for me. And they'd be listening to Paul Anka and the Beach Boys in the car, which tells you how, you know, they're not quite the wrong group, but they want to be the wrong group, but it's not quite there. Definitely wannabes. It's pretty funny.
I had to change my field of view to accommodate the full size of the ship in my screen
What are you flying?
because it's not flat.
It looks
Oh,
like you're
you-
flying a giant omelet from the outline.
No, flying giant toilet.
Oh, okay.
Shut up.
Bird
Oh,
spot.
toilet. Yeah, the ship is quite vertical, let's say.
Okay.
Quite toilet shaped. Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen an elongated toilet, but then again, I'm not living
Oh
on your
no,
planet.
those look like the urinals that hang off the wall. But, yeah.
Oh, I
Again,
can
I've
tell
never
where
seen
somebody
a
got
urinal
inspired.
that looks like it, but
We have a
okay.
massive disturbance in fluidic space.
Well, I mean,
476.
the other ship is a giant toilet seat. Like, fits right on top.
My first impression of the Saturn class was an alright vessel from Starkey, but and they
Toilet
look
seat that
equivalent.
goes with the Courage class.
Well, the toilet imaged ones, I'm now thinking that somebody had to have a ship design ready on Monday morning, but it was Saturday night partying time. Sunday morning they wake up in the bathroom praying to the porcelain gods. Went, oh, I got an idea.
Oh no, I mean,
Favors. You don't know.
like in the 32nd century, ships are shaped like things.
Why are there 3 people here? I don't want to be
Where
here,
are you?
especially with a hater of my ship design.
Aww,
You don't hate your ship design.
Yeah, you do. You call it a
I don't.
toilet. It doesn't look like a toilet. To me,
I'm not
anyway.
a hater of that design.
We're just
I
Yeah, you
named
are.
mine Talon Tor. It's my control ship, and Talon Tor is an anagram for Mr. Toilet. I
Oh, I'm
love that
sorry.
ship.
Vehicle destroyed and has
Don't get me
I've
wrong. I love that ship for being toilet shaped. It makes it a fun ship to give
um.
yellow beams and like
Oh, that
use the plasma storm and then say I flushed.
kind of wrong.
I hate everything about that notion, so I will not support that discourse.
Hey, it makes a great control ship. Like if you want to do a control build, I can recommend it.
You want the forest ship instead? What forest ship?
Yeah, there was a vessel that was a flying rainforest. I think it was like a habitat
Oh,
preservation
so
ship,
they stole
Well,
that
like a
from
science vessel.
what was it?
From the
Silent Running.
Rizian luxury
No,
cruiser.
no, there
Yeah,
was a 32nd century ship that has a rainforest.
if you go into the ship Taylor for the Rizian luxury
Yeah, the
You
tier
cruiser,
can't.
5 racing ship had a forest or a beach, but that's very small compared to what we were talking about in the 32nd century.
yeah, I know. I
It
mean,
was bigger. It was bigger than any of the ships in there. I don't think they'll ever do it because I think it will be very difficult to make. I mean, I don't say that they wouldn't like the challenge, but to make all the transparencies work, because the top of that was a transparent dome.
yeah, it's not working quite right for the Rizian anyway, so I doubt they can do it on a large scale.
Well, there's a world of difference between
Well,
can and can't. I mean, I'm sure they can.
Well,
It's
as
just
soon as
not
you put like a
feasible.
vanity on the Rizian, it kind of messes with the alphas, with the
well, that's
forest,
just them
the
being
island.
sloppy about introducing the vanity shield. That I think they weren't a thing when the original Reason ship came out. About they
Well,
weren't supposed to change
no,
interiors,
it's
but
because the
when
vanity
they
shield
do,
is yet another layer on top. There's no graphic card that can correctly by itself distinguish where the layer goes, top or bottom, if it's blending or masking. Uh, that has to be manually set. I mean, yeah,
I
it,
still would like
Because
to see
what
them
was
try,
it's
but I don't know if they would.
nah, it's a problem that persists on something like Second Life as well, which when you have multiple layers of alphas that need to go on top of each other, they start really messing with where the layer goes. And that gives some really weird results.
I mean, they don't have to use transparencies and trees. They can make them properly solid. Can the piss blobs go away from me? I don't like them touching my ship.
Well, Boy, there is a joke
Don't.
there, and I'm just not going to do it, Chris. Just not going to do it.
Are they bad
It
touching
just
you?
naturally gravitates towards the toilet. It wants to get flushed.
Yeah, I mean, it's where it's supposed to go. You fly a giant toilet. Of course things are going to come looking for you.
I'm gonna leave in 3 seconds.
Of course they're gonna bad touch you. They love to bad touch you.
The Vault have a ship designed to fight them. Destroy it before it attacks the Vault.
Oopsie. Well, I got my Voth ships, apparently. They all magically disappear. And I didn't shoot any of them. Thank you.
Damn. I got some oomph in these engines.
So I started up, at the behest of somebody else, I started a Delta Recruit tune for them. And which means I'm using the starting level ship with the starting level engines and starting level weapons. It's just like, ah! This is so annoying. It's just taking forever to shoot anything down, takes forever to get someplace. Which is not fun.
The thing with starting a delta and finishing a delta is
I'm not finishing it, I'm just starting it.
once you get like the transponder and through the tutorial, then you're done.
I have the transponder, I'll finish the tutorial for him, and if he gets back in the near future, he can finish it himself. Thank you very much. Ed left me 3 deltas that he got to level 2, and they're just there, and I'm thinking, do I want to finish these? Do I want to be disrespectful and get rid of them? It's like in real life, you know, going through all the boxes of stuff from my husband and his mom before that. And it's like, is it disrespectful to throw away things that somebody else valued, but you don't care about?
Well,
We
if
just hold on to things
they're no
because
longer
they're
with you,
things.
and
Yeah.
I guess they no longer care of themselves.
Well, no, I don't
The only
think so.
thing I can say is, are you going to regret it later?
Yeah, that's
the
the
question.
that is a really good question.
Because like, you can throw stuff away that belongs to other people,
Yeah.
be they there or gone. But the real question is, are you going to regret having thrown it away?
I have no
They're
idea.
attacking one
But you're 100% right. That is the issue.
Oh, I got blown up.
Don't get blown up. That's a bad thing.
Shouldn't have gone through the explosion of the...
Yeah, generally
Boxing?
driving through the explosion's a bad idea. Did somebody already get the queen?
Maybe a bit of a cold opinion to
Sure.
that.
No, go ahead.
There is a reason we bury our loved ones usually far away from us.
Yeah, that is true. There's a couple of reasons we do that. But the thing is, my husband is
don't bury
downstairs.
them in the back. We don't bury them in the backyard.
That's really
We
true.
used to until people started dying.
Yeah. It's... Well, if you want to get really, really picky, Taz, my husband's downstairs in 2 boxes. Because...
Yeah. My closest comparison to that is my 2 dogs are still in their ash form.
Yeah, actually, I have all my dogs in ash form downstairs.
I have my dog next to me on the couch.
Why, actually, my dog's in the hallway and the other one's downstairs on the couch. So Talia says, I won't talk about the bodies buried in my backyard. So my husband and I had discussed the possibility of burying one of our dogs when she died in the backyard. And his response was, if we do that, we can never move. Okay, that's true. Can't do that. So we had them cremated. They are downstairs in their respective boxes. And they're cute. Well, they have nice little boxes. Hubs is in a cardboard box, which is massively disrespectful.
So, my mom took like a clay pot
Mm-hmm.
with a lid
Yeah.
that they gave her, which is very generic
Yeah.
clay pot.
Mm-hmm.
She took fabric
Yeah.
with a nice pattern on it and some glue,
Mm-hmm.
and she decorated the pot with that.
As long as she likes it, because she's the one who has to look at it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but like,
I'm gonna get a proper urn for him. I'm gonna go to his favorite glass blower out in the Chicago area when he comes back in July. Order it with the certain understandings. My husband had certain colors he loved, but I'm the one who has to look at it, so I'm getting it made in the colors I like. Make it big enough for it and get almost all of his ashes put into it, and the remainder of his ashes I'm going to have turned into carbon to make a diamond. Though I don't know what I'm going to do with the diamond. I keep coming back to that. My husband comes back in July. The glass blower comes back in July. I don't think my husband comes back. If he does, I'll let you guys know. It would be an interesting event.
put it at the center of an eyeball as a pendant.
Well, we were talking about doing the Eye of Horus for my son as a Warhammer thing. But I will have to talk to his roomie about that, because it's going to take a little while to get that whole thing done. 6 months to get the diamond made, another 6 months to get the symbol, find an artist who will do it and then get it crafted and then put the diamond into it, blah, 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 blah. And I want to make sure it's something he would actually want, because I'm not going to spend that kind of money and my son go, oh, well, yeah, I'm never going to wear that.
Just remember, at a point your son will really start looking like your deceased husband,
Oh, you know
and then you have all the memories and visual confirmation you'll ever need every time you see him.
Oh, I don't need any of that stuff. One, my son looks nothing like my husband and never will.
Okay?
I mean, he looks like my dad, but doesn't look a darn thing like my husband. It just, it just doesn't. It's It's kind of odd, but no, he looks like him.
If I had a son,
Mm-hmm.
I would want him to use my ashes to make steel and to craft that into a sword.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. Oh, my son would love that too.
Ambitious.
It is. Wow.
No, it's a little bit
I don't think
easier
there's
than
enough
a
of a
diamond.
human being left after that, to make a sword, but still.
Well, you couldn't
Incorporate
make the sword out of it directly, but you would add the. You'd have to
Well,
take the ashes, burn them down to carbon like you do with this diamonds, but you could add it into your carbon steel potentially to make the sword.
yeah,
Hold on.
which means that you'll always be part of that sword. And like I like swords. You know, probably
Not
gonna
very
be
useful
like
these days, but
craft it into a katana, please.
It's not practical or feasible. Let's see, but if you were to.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
being day one arthropods. Fine, fine. Find a cozy instance in
Ah.
Nimbus.
Okay, so Musin, unless you
Yeah.
can find somebody who's going to craft their own steel in the first place, it probably won't work terribly well. However, somebody suggests put the ashes in a sealed chamber in the pommel.
So there's plenty of uh people who make their own steel.
Okay.
Like I've watched plenty of YouTube videos of people smelting metals and working them
Okay.
at their own homes and stuff. It's like, there's probably somebody you can find that can do it.
Yeah, they're
You
talking
know,
about the proportion of carbon and carbonate being damaged or potentially making for a weaker sword. So it really would just be for exhibition
like,
purposes.
oh, well, yeah,
I mean, well,
it's
yeah. I
gonna
mean,
be a family. It's gonna be a family sword. You're not gonna use it
what's the purpose of having a sword if you're not going to use it?
to look good on the mantle.
Yeah, it
And
would.
if some home invader does come in, you can whack him with the sword once.
In theory, that's all you
That'll
need.
be
If you
enough.
do it right, you
Usually,
just need one.
you just need one, and I don't mind breaking if it means protecting my family.
Yeah, I still like the idea though of getting. Oh, dang. Well, here we combine this. Son loves swords. Husband loves swords. Get the diamond made. Put the diamond into the hilt.
Oh yeah,
It's a
that would
small
work.
diamond, though.
Pardon?
It's a very small diamond.
It depends. It's up to you how big of a diamond. You can go up to 2 carats, which I
Okay,
realize.
but okay, 2 carats is still not a very big piece of rock.
How big of a rock do you need?
Probably half the size of the hilt.
No, I don't want the size of the hilt. It's a decoration. Or maybe
Can
you
be
get
subtle. I don't think it will be looking bad.
yeah, more than
If
that.
it
If I
was
get
on
really
the
smart,
small.
what I do is I have the diamond cut to be the same shape as my wedding ring. Take the stone out of my wedding ring. Take the husband stone. Get them both put in there, and then my son has a sword with both of his parents represented in it. 7 knows I'm not using my wedding ring these days. You know, weightlifting and wearing a wedding ring just don't go together. I've bent the back of the wedding ring out of shape.
See, a 2 carat diamond would probably make a nice pommel on a little pin sword, a
No, no,
brooch.
no, 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 no. It's not the entire thing. It's a decoration. You get some nice work done, and you have that as maybe a small or not small, but 2 carats
Nah,
is pretty good. Yeah, no, that's big. I mean, my wedding ring is not even 2 carats. And yes, my husband was cheap. We're not going to go there.
I was gonna say.
Satalia says weightlifting and wearing a wedding ring would discourage potential suitors. Yeah, that's fine. I've been married. I'm not doing that again. When my husband was not sick, when he was still healthy, he's like, well, if I ever die from this, would you get married again? God, no, I've learned my lesson. You don't have to repeat it.
Oh,
He found
oh,
that funny.
God.
He found that funny.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have said anything to
I
deliberately
know a
hurt
lot
him.
of people that would just like they would take it in all the wrong ways.
Would I marry Hugh Jackman? No.
Not even Hugh Jackman. Aww.
Well, he's very popular, very attractive.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily good for a healthy long-term relationship. If it turned out he loved Warhammer and we could talk about Warhammer all the time, okay, fine. Or if he loved Star Trek, well, that's a different story.
Henry Cavill?
He seems to be
I
a
don't-
really nice person and he likes Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he has some potential.
Mm-hmm.
God, he looks like a human god. It was such a perfect casting for.
He
No,
does
no.
look good.
The
Superman.
cavalry.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, the cavalry.
Yeah.
Well, shall we? Let's see. We've got a few minutes left here. I know Chris doesn't have to run off to work right as soon as we hit 7 o'clock, but I do.
Go anywhere. You do? You'd have to go to work?
I have my last day of working out at the gym today. After today, I'm going to cut back to only 2 days a week at the gym. Yay! And only for 2 more months. Yay! Yes, Satali says he seems nice is never a good sign. Well, he may be very nice in real life, Satalia, but you never know. Like I said, I've been married. I don't need to do it again. Except on days
Hey,
like today
hey,
when
if
there's
you-
housework to be done.
If you marry Hugh Jackman,
Mhm.
remember, he's doing those movies till he's 90.
Yeah. That's okay. But no, I'm reasonably happy I don't ever want to get married again. I can't imagine sharing my house with another person after this week of having painters. Even in my yard, it's just like, I've had 2 years of being on my own pretty much. I like it.
Damn, I got to make 2 references to that movie already.
Yeah, as well
In
you
such
should.
a short time, too.
Let's do one more. Taz, what would you like to do?
Oh.
See, you can't say... Oh, I did say Storming the Spire. Did we want to do Storming the Spire?
I don't know.
Well, the enthusiasm is overwhelming here. I know Satalia doesn't. Yeah, Satalia says nope. Nope, 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 nope.
We can
Does it-
run
anybody
Operation Riposte. We can do Jupiter Eratus.
How about Jupiter
Leviathan
Eratus?
is a little bit too long, so
How
I
about
would
Jupiter
suggest
Eratus?
Okey-dokey.
Jupiter Eratus. There you go. We are
That's
cute for
gonna be fun.
Jupiter Eratus.
Keep it
Wee
there.
woo.
And we would.
Oui.
So on the way home from the gym today, I have to buy primer so I can start painting this room, and the smell of primer gives me migraines. I'm not looking forward to that. Satalia's Jupiter irritates us, not irradiated us. Oh, irritated us. I misread yours as irradiated us, which that would be bad. But you're right, it is
I
irritated
mean,
us.
radiation can irritate your skin.
Yes, it definitely can.
To
No
the point
doubt
your
about
skin
that.
goes off.
To the point that sticking your hand in a particle accelerator is
Not
not a
good
very
idea.
healthy thing to do.
No, it's
It's
not.
a big fat no-no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tis contraindicated. Okay, tomorrow is supposed to be partly cloudy and 68 degrees, so warm enough that I can leave my windows open. And put some fans in here, and maybe I can do it with a respirator on. The good thing is the primer is white. All the trim is white. All the edges are white. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. If I make a few mistakes, no big deal. And then I can put my new desk in. Yay!
Pretty cool.
I'm looking forward to having things looking
It's
better in here.
supposed to be Boomy Ang with double A? Or is it not an Avatar reference there, Pat?
I thought it was Boomer Eng, our engineer.
It is Boomer.
Yeah,
As
Yeah.
in Boomer.
as in Boomer. Yeah, I got that.
Whatever you say,
Then there
Boomer.
is a space.
Space Boomer.
Right.
Yeah, but like Avatar: The Last Airbender had Boomy and Ang.
Ah,
I seldom copy anything.
Yes, is one and only original. Doesn't copy over.
Yes.
Taz don't need no stinking references to anything else. Taz stands alone.
I make my own references.
Yeah, there you go.
As is the Tease who stands alone.
Exactly. The Taz stands alone. The Taz stands alone. Or is that just an American song?
I've heard the melody, I just heard it under a meme, and I don't want to repeat it.
Okay.
It was a political meme.
So there's a kid song that winds up with the only thing left after, I think it's dog, cat, mouse, cheese, and then it ends up with the cheese stands alone. Well, I think about it.
Believe it or not, I don't think I know that one.
Oh, Google cheese stands alone just as a children's song. It's Hi
I mean,
Ho the
it-
Dario
it's-
is the name of the song.
Yeah, okay, so I know that it's the name of the song.
Mm-hmm.
But I always thought it was like a barn song.
A barn song? That's a kid song.
Yeah.
It's a barn song. Barn animals sing it.
Exactly. What else are they gonna do?
Farmhouse Rock.
Move.
Barn house rock. The farmer in the dell. That's how the whole thing starts. Farmer in the dell. Farmer in the dell. Hi ho the dairy o, the farmer in the dell. The farmer takes a wife. The farmer takes a wife. And so on and so on.
As,
Hmm?
since you got your monitor back and running,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully all is good in that department, fancy doing some Marvel Rivals later?
I installed and set it up earlier today. I thought you were going to join me.
You what?
I set it up earlier today.
Okay, so you set up Marvel Rivals to work?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to play some because I still want to level up a character in proficiency, so I was hoping to.
How dare you play games that are not
I'm
Star
still a
Trek?
bit frustrated about the fact that Marvel Rival does not let you use Super Ultra Wide.
Well, we've already covered that. It gives you advantage that they don't want you to have, because you
Yeah.
have a better overview of the map without actually moving your camera, which is considered cheating in many circles.
It's not cheating. It's taking care
Well-
or taking.
If you take a normal person and put him on my monitor, he would probably not even be able to play normally. He would be sitting there slapping his hat back and forth and being like, "Hey, where is everything?"
That probably would be
So-
me, but still.
He has a
It's a
monitor
it's
so
a diff-
wide it can display the entire URL in one line.
Yeah. But the thing
Okay,
is,
that's
it's
good.
difficult. It's difficult to learn how to use it. So
I mean, to an average person that is invested in those monitors, it'll probably be difficult, but I'm sure you know your way around it.
Yes, we do.
We had a
Surprised.
data breach.
Now they're ours for good. You still here, Grandma? Ugh.
I just heard that they're, with the introduction of Ultron to that,
Did you
is
like
they're
the
gonna have
last
playable
Jedi?
Ultron. They are also nerfing and changing some of the characters, including one of my favorite characters, and I'm kind of pissed off. Because they're changing the way that Jeff the Landshark will work.
Jeff the Mansion.
I
Well,
want
they
Jeff
tried
to be...
tired of him eating whole teams and
It's not
suicide
about the
memes
eating,
before
actually. They're ruining his healing abilities. They're nerfing them so they heal over time instead of just the insta-heal.
Don't even try
Aw.
to catch me.
Plus, they really nerfed his ability to shoot, so he's kind of no longer semi-DPS worthy. He's kind of like going to be mashed in both departments, both as a healer and as a DPS support. Big shame. The only good thing about it is that he'll be able to, like, simultaneously, like, throw the water onto multiple allies and it will go through them and heal the others that are behind them, but still, it's heal over time rather than...
You know what? I'm done.
Oh, she's done here. Aww.
Aw,
Well done.
Aww.
poor
Little
thing.
didn't you see, I blew her up.
Poor little thing.
Like she was no match for my crossfield.
Satalia, did you get my gateway reference, or am I that old that I'm the only person who got that gateway reference? I'm the only person I'm sure who's old enough to get the gateway reference. Okay, good. Whew, feel old now. All right, I have things to do today. So I'm going to get out of here.
I have nothing to do today. I
Isn't
love
that
it.
nice? Yeah. so fun.
I was just thinking, I have nothing to do today.
Nope, I'm going to hit the gym last day before the photos.
I don't
tomorrow.
exist today. That's what it is.
I will be back on tonight.
I just don't exist.
That's not true. If you don't exist, then we wouldn't hear you.
How do we know we're hearing them? How do we
I've
know it's not
never-
just sounds in our head?
I've never existed. What are you talking about?
There you go. All right, everybody. On behalf of everybody here
I've
at Welcome
always
to the
been
Moopsyverse.
with
See, I got the title right this time. I didn't have to think about it.
Yay!
Woo! Yay! Woohoo!
Yay, Mom!
I will be back tonight from 6 till 8, maybe 6 till 9, depending on how my brain feels. If I get enough sleep, we will see. But have a wonderful day. Are you going to do this, Musin, or am I going to do this?
I mean, just
I can do it. It's not a problem. Just don't want to get redundant here.
All right.
On behalf of everybody here, welcome to the Moopsyverse. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tonight. And stay
Goody.
moopsome.
Hey, Moopsy.
Moopsy. Shun the non-believer. Shun.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body? And I will make it a threesome.
Do you even hear yourself?
Computer deactivate iguana. How dare you!
Okay, we might have to have Pi add a few more to that one. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you in a couple hours.
I died.
Okay,
That
Mom.
was such a cool sequence.